Wedding ceremonies were the only times when extravagance was allowed in the austere Joseon court. Flowers adorn the princess's ceremonial dress called hwarot. Colorful silk threads are used to sew on the intricate designs drawn by court painters. This is the ultimate example of the stunning court embroidery. On the chest plate of an official garb, a gold-scale giraffe, once thought to have traveled hundreds of miles in a single night, glitters. On another chest plate, two cranes with herbs that symbolize longevity in their beaks fly in unison. You can even see the rough texture of the green pine needles embroidered onto a folding screen, wishing peace and happiness for the royal family. Court embroidery, which blossomed in the royal palaces, has now been revealed for public viewing. Such Joseon royal court works were created by palace matrons trained in this handicraft. Their works represent the pinnacle of Korean traditional embroidery. Lee Kui-yong, director, National Palace Museum of Korea, said the exhibition shows the essence of Joseon court's classy and exceptional culture. Colorful yet elegant embroideries offer a glimpse into how the mysterious Joseon royal family lived out of their lives. Joseon was the last dynasty of Korean history and the longest ruling Confucian dynasty. This region is covered in snow and full of ice. Huge 50-meter-tall glaciers come into view. Steep coastal ice cliffs show off an emerald color. However, glaciers are collapsing here and there. Many icebergs are as large as cargo ships. The parts above the sea are literally the tip of the iceberg. The visible parts are only a third of the entire size. Scientists at South Korea's Dasan base are collecting and analyzing a variety of samples in the Arctic where glaciers are melting. They are studying changes in the maritime ecosystem which are being caused by global warming. Kim Hyun-chul, researcher, Korea Polar Research Institute, said the ice is disappearing in the Arctic, opening the Arctic Sea to outside. They are there to more effectively study changes made in the opening. Dasan Base and the researchers are helping South Korea get a head start in advancing to the polar region. The highest peak in South Korea is the extinct volcano Mount Hala on Jeju Island. It is 6,398 feet or 1,950 meters above sea level. A lake appears towards the top of Mount Hala after the rain has stopped. The lake looks mysterious through thick fog. Frogs and toads swim and have a great time in the water. Hikers are fascinated by the beautiful natural scenes created by the heavy rain. They even took off their shoes to pass a flooded path and gladly enjoyed the feeling of water tickling their ankles. Moon Jeong-mi, a tourist, said she had no expectations while climbing up the mountain. She thought the lake would be similar to Bangrok Dam Lake. Meanwhile, Saraorium is the nation's scenic site number 3. It is just 4 kilometers away from Bangrok Lake, which is by the peak of Mount Hala. The lake at Saraorium is located at 1,320 meters above sea level. The deep green water of the lake sparkles under the sunlight, welcoming the seasonal shift into early summer. The 100th anniversary of the streetcar in Hakodate City, Hokkaido has been celebrated recently. A decorated streetcar which ran along the tracks in times gone by was unveiled and ran along the tram tracks together with a snowplow streetcar and a retro-style tram. Many spectators gathered to watch the streetcars going by and took photographs. Streetcars produced more than 60 years ago are still in active service. They have had some parts changed, but the trams themselves have not been renewed due to financial problems. Preparations are underway for the start of the climbing season for Mount Fuji, which was recently registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The climbing season at Mount Fuji, the highest mountain in Japan, officially starts on July 1st. Police and local authorities checked trekking routes. Food and toiletries were brought to 7 mountain huts located at an altitude of about 3,200 meters of the 3,776-meter high mountain on last Thursday. Staff members who work at the huts were busy fixing TV antennas and making safety signs for climbers. The staff say they began receiving bookings last month when Mount Fuji's registration as a cultural heritage site became almost certain. They said that rooms are fully booked, mainly for weekends in July and August. A manager at one of the huts said his workers have a renewed sense of responsibility now that Mount Fuji is a World Heritage Site. The manager said that he hopes climbers will practice safe climbing. A butterfly captured in Tokyo had flown over 1,500 kilometers from Okinawa. In spring and early summer, the Asagi Madara chestnut tiger butterfly migrates north to breed. They migrate back south in the autumn to spend the winter in a warmer climate. To learn about the flight routes, many people are taking part in a field study to capture, mark and release the butterflies. On June 9th, graduate school student Katsuhiro Awano found a marked Asagi Madara at Mount Takao in Tokyo. He captured it and took a picture. The marker shows that the butterfly was released at Nakagusuku-son in Okinawa on April 29th. The butterfly flew 1,500 kilometers in about 40 days. This is the second longest distance ever recorded for a northbound journey by an Asagi Madara. Awano said he is happy to learn that the butterfly flew a long way. He said he hopes it can fly even further north. The butterflies tend to breed during their northbound migration and not travel too far. The only longer migration recorded so far is about 1,800 kilometers from Taiwan to Shiga Prefecture in central Japan in the year 2000. The government has floated international tender for constructing the main structure of Padma multipurpose bridge aimed at fulfilling the ruling government's electoral pledge. Communications Minister Obaidullah Qadir said this after a meeting in Dhaka on last Wednesday. The bridge division under the Communications Ministry already floated tender for approach roads and service line for Padma Bridge. With the construction of 6.15 kilometers long bridge, 21 districts of southwestern region of the country will be linked with Dhaka. The total cost of the bridge will be 20,507 taka, including river training, constructing a 4-lane approach road linking the bridge at Mawa and Jajira points, rehabilitation of displaced persons, supervision, land acquisition, construction of toll plazas and yard. The national budget proposed allocation of 6,852 taka in the next fiscal for construction of the bridge. In accordance with the agreement, the construction firm will build 11 kilometers road, 19 box culverts, 8 underpasses, 3 kilometers local road, toll plaza, toll office, police post and emergency building within 36 months. Head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, Faridun Abbasi, says there is a growing tendency among the world countries to employ nuclear energy to meet their electricity demands. Iran's atomic chief made the remarks on the sidelines of an international conference called Nuclear Power in the 21st Century in the Russian city of St. Petersburg. He pointed out that many countries are building or plan to build atomic power plants. Abbasi also said Iran's active participation at the Atom Expo International Fair in St. Petersburg was hailed by nuclear experts all around the world. He further said the event is considered as a major step for commercializing Iran's nuclear achievements. Abbasi told that heavy water reactors will be constructed in Iran. He said that the process of designing 360 megawatt reactor type RTW has almost ended and the main equipment of the first circuit is being built now at home. He explained that producing fuel and enrichment are also upon these needs. He added Iran also intends to build a 10 megawatt research reactor, which would be an updated light water reactor that would be more advanced than Tehran research reactor. Abbasi was heading an Iranian delegation, including officials and experts, to Russia to attend exhibition and meeting of Atom Expo 2013, as well as IAEA conference called Nuclear Energy in the 21st Century in the city of St. Petersburg. Sri Lankan government said that more than 11,000 former Tiger terrorist cadres have been rehabilitated and integrated with the society. Director General of Rehabilitation, Brigadier Darshana Hettiarachchi, said that the former leader of the political wing of the Tiger terrorist organization, Tamalini, alias Shiva Subramaniam Shivamani, was also rehabilitated and socialized in this manner. The government, after the end of the humanitarian operation, requested those who were involved in the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam or LTTE operation activities to surrender. 10,790 former LTTE cadres who surrendered were taken for rehabilitation. Under court orders, another group of more than 1,000 are being rehabilitated. The rehabilitation of these terrorist cadres who have a mind set up to committing suicide acts is not an easy task. They are the people who have destroyed millions of rupees worth of government properties and murdered several thousand people. Up to now, it has not been reported that none of these rehabilitated people have rejoined terrorist groups or have involved in anti-government activities or have acted against the security forces. The government also focused special attention on the future welfare of the successful rehabilitation program as well. The government has launched a special loan scheme to help these rehabilitated and socially integrated cadres. Up to now, nearly 2,000 persons have been given loans up to a maximum of 250,000 rupees at a very low interest rate of 4%. 3,800 to 4,000 persons have been recruited to the Civil Defence Force. They are being paid a monthly salary. Employment opportunities have also been provided in various government institutions as well. The Nanjing-Hangzhou-Ningbo high-speed railway that stretches across East China's Yangtze River Delta officially began operation on July 1st. The new high-speed railway is expected to boost the region's economy and foster the growth of tourism in the three cities it links. The line is the latest leg of a high-speed rail network in China's most developed region. Trial operations were in May. The trains operate at a speed of 300 km an hour and can reach a maximum of 350. Travel time between cities has been halved. Formerly, it took more than 5 hours to go from Nanjing to Ningbo, but the high-speed rail line will reduce that time to about 2 hours. It takes only 70 minutes from Hangzhou to Nanjing and 53 from Hangzhou to Ningbo at the highest speed. The new line should boost integration of the region, which accounts for a fifth of China's economic output. One of the richest regions in China, the Yangtze River Delta region, with a total area of 99,600 square kilometers spanning 2 provinces plus Shanghai, has a combined population of 75 million people. The cities and industrial pockets in the region are linked by the Yangtze River and its many tributaries.